Hello, everyone, and welcome into the hospitality room. I am Blair Cartwright. Pleased to have Greg Thomas, Razorback Trailblazer, with us today in the hospitality room. Greg, thank you so much for taking time to join us.
Thank you, Blair. Look forward to having a great conversation and reminiscing.
Oh, looking forward to it as well. And, well, let's just get right to it, shall we? You've got a new book out, and it's available at gregthomasconnect.com, right here, as you see on the screen. Making Believers, Plano East, historic basketball season 40 and 0. I mean, that's amazing to go undefeated. What prompted you to write the book?
Two or three things. Number one, I got a chance to sit there and experience it.
Mm-hmm.
And, number two, I didn't want someone coming in from the outside uh, trying to come up with different scandals or thought processes and then taking away from what those 14 young men and five coaches were able to accomplish.
How long did it take you to compile that together into the book? Because I know that, and it's not your first book, and we'll get into that in a minute. And I'm talking with my hands, and we talked
Yes.
about that earlier.
It
But
was easy though. No,
yeah,
Blair, it was easy. It was everything. Uh, we knew we had a chance to win, and we knew we had a chance to do something very special, but we didn't know how special that was. So it may have taken, 3 years for it to come to fruition, but we knew we had a great opportunity. So going into the season, it was like um, I put everything down for the first time in my 20 years. I wasn't doing stats because I didn't want to miss anything. Because most times I miss the play after the play. I may
hmm
see a play, but I miss the next play because I'm writing down, that was an assist for someone, or that was a deflection, or that was a play that no one ever thinks about. He took a charge, that dove on the floor, and I missed the next play. So the entire process, when we look back at it, was that I wanted to make sure I got a chance to experience the entire thing. Uh, we taught the young students to do all the other stats and can sit back and watch it. And it was unbelievable because I look back at my earlier years and I missed so much because I'm trying to do the next play as well. All right, we
hmm
had three timeouts, we had four fouls. You try to, all right, make sure coach knows this is the situation. We got these guys in the game. And then when you're writing it down and trying to keep that little cheat sheet, you miss out on things. So we knew we had a chance, and I didn't want to miss it. And everything that took place, we pretty much videoed or we wrote it down. Everything we videoed every trip, almost every practice, every weight session, um, and tried to document it so we could have something to look back on. We just didn't know it would be 40 and 0.
wow. I mean, I can only imagine. And then how hard was it after at the end? You have all this information, data, and stuff to put it together, and you can't include it all, can you? Or were you able to?
No, you can't include it all. It's a 350 pages. Um, But I think Leland Barkley, who I did my first book with, on how he organized and how he chronicalized, how he took situations and inputted and took it out. And I learned a lot from him um, in setting up the book and then following uh, just a simple process. And the process was the history of the school, the history of the basketball program, uh, the biggest games and the worst defeats, the worst season, and then a group of young men that just bought in, that just happened to be around some coaches that have been around the bend a little bit. And it was our job not to get in their way. It was our job not to mess it up. It was our job to totally encourage and then get them to the point to where they were not beatable. And they weren't beatable.
I mean, that's just I mean, it's amazing to go 40 and 0. I mean, that's something these guys will always have to reflect on it. I mean, it's just such a unique and inspiring journey.
Well, let me help you out there, Blair.
Yeah,
It's cool to think
please do.
about. We talk about it all the time now as coaches because it was that special.
hmm
Football goes 16 and 0. That's 16.
Yeah.
All right, that's not even half.
Yeah.
You have to have two winning seasons of 16-0 to get close. Um, it's phenomenal. It is the best record in the state of Texas in the highest classification of basketball. It may never be equaled, and I'm biased to say we are one of the top three or four teams to ever lace it up in the state without what they call today a big time NBA player. Although we have two that will have a chance to play,
Hmm.
um, without a bona fide Division I player. Although we have two that are sophomores and one that's a freshman that will push that because they're that kind of players and those kind of young men. Great work ethic. They're skilled. You put them in a situation where they could be successful, and they're going to find a way to do that.
Was there a point in the season where you knew this really could be something special?
Well, it started in June when we played at the what we consider the TABC, the Texas uh, Basketball Coaches Association. We have a little 3 or 4 game shootout, and we played against the three top teams in the 6A and beat them up.
Hmm.
I'm not talking about 1 or 2 points. We lost one because our best guard at that time was throwing up on the sideline, and our replacement guard had just finished coming off a knee surgery, and we lost to Beaumont by 2 or 3 in the last 3 seconds. But we beat the number one team they projected by 40 and beat the number three team by 27. So we knew we had
Yeah.
something special. But it had built upon this group of kids 2 years earlier as sophomores. They were 25-8. And we were 25-8 when they were sophomores. We were 30, 31-5 as juniors, and we lost to the eventual state champion and an NBA player who's a rookie now with the Washington Wizards. We lost to them, and we had a chance to beat them. Played them the best game they had all year in the second round. So we knew if we just do the little things and we preached the team and they bought in and they stuck together and they did all the things that as a coach and as a former player I never witnessed it. Never witnessed. I witnessed jealousy. I witnessed coaching blow ups. I witnessed selfishness between offense and defense. Um, witnessed bad players and witnessed guys quitting on the team. There was none of that with this group. So it was special. It was so special that after our first big time, I would say big time win, when we defeated Stony Point at the Christmas break, when it was number one against number two,
Mm.
and it wasn't close. It may have looked close, but it wasn't close. After we had already beat them by 25 2 months earlier, we knew it was one game at a time. Whatever we can do not to mess this up. And that was in the beginning of January. We played our closest district game against Louisville, beat them by 3 at home, and then we looked at the schedule and it's on home. It's ours to lose, and we talk about the 40-0, but we scored. We held teams, 31 teams under. We beat them by at least 20 points, 30 some teams.
Wow.
So it wasn't close. I mean, we beat Springdale pretty bad. Went up playing Fayetteville, beat everybody up there by 30.
Hmm.
Um, beat the number one team in Texas. Then we became the number one team by 25. Won the state championship double digits, and we had 31 double digit victories.
Wow. That's that's amazing. And with that number one ranking, then you know everybody's gunning for you. So you're getting everybody's best shot. And then there's the pressure of being undefeated.
Right.
Um, it's not spoken, but I mean, obviously they felt that, didn't they?
Never.
Really? Wow.
Never. Never. Closest most teams got was the tip.
Wow.
It's amazing like I said, for me, I will never experience that again. We may play, and we expect to play for the state championship again this
Hmm.
year or next year. But to go 40-0, that's unbelievable. And then it's crazy when you look back at it. But no, sir, we never felt threatened, never felt really challenged. Um, and that's all due to the young men that were playing the game. They knew they played their role, they played their part. We had 8 guys average 17 minutes a game. We never knew who was going to be the leading scorer. Even when we game planned it, it changed because if defenses took this away, then we had a great shooting team. We had a great inside game. We could defend, and it was never a threat. We knew, the other team had to play their best, and we would have to play our worst to give them an opportunity. And with that group of young men, we never had to face that.
Wow. And with that achievement, I'm sure they learned some outstanding life lessons as well, correct?
But they learned to love each other. They learned to trust each other. They learned how to pick their brother up when the brother down. Because we had some situations, um, but we didn't have a lot of crazy distractions. We didn't have a lot of girl distractions. We didn't have uh, parents interfering, anything like that. We just found a way for those guys, and they found a way to galvanize an entire community, a starving community for a championship. It was our school's first state championship, UIL, and we've been trying to do this in all sports for the last 43, 44 years.
That's the great thing about high school sports, how it unites a community. I mean,
The
there's
entire
just,
city, Blair.
yeah, there's just
And
nothing like it.
Plano West won in 2015. They had 8 D1 players on it. All right. Plano Senior High won the boys in 2005, and they had 5 guys go D1. Okay. We hadn't won anything. We got close once in '93. The year after Jimmy King left, Jimmy King went
Hmm.
to play with the Michigan Five, and then we just, ups and downs, near misses, um, all those things that engulf playing the game, and we finally got over that hump.
Wow. And where can people buy the book?
You can get the book; it's on Amazon, but you can also order it from me at gregthomasconnect.com for an autographed copy from me. Now, I
Oh,
don't know what you're gonna get from Amazon, but if you get it from me, uh, it'll be an autographed copy. I ordered some more today, and I'm trying to get them out as much as possible because we start our basketball season on Wednesday.
awesome. And that's not the only book you wrote. You also wrote Doubting Thomas talking about your time at Arkansas. And I don't know if people are aware, but you find the book same place, and
Same
that talks
place,
about
same
your
place.
time at Arkansas, right?
It's on Amazon, or like I said, go to gregthomasconnect.com, and it pretty much chronicles my 4 years at the university from 1984 to 1988, and speak on my journey and what it
Hmm.
was like at that time, because it was different, and people don't want to believe that it was different. It was different. I had some things I had to grow up and grow through, as well as an entire state. The state wasn't ready for Greg when he came.
Yeah.
Um, and to be honest with you, Greg was trying to figure out who Greg was at that time. I don't like to speak in third person, but it's pretty much what it is. It was done. It's over with. I wrote about it, um, and I hope people buy it so they can see that there was a different version. What they don't know is I had the most victories in school history. They don't. No one wants to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. We went to 4 consecutive bowl games. They don't want to talk about that. But that's part of the history. So I'm appreciative of all the people and the shoulder that I got a chance to stand up on. To be a Razorback is one of my proudest moments is wearing that hog. You can see I got hogs all over my office here. But it was some trying times, and there was some situations that you have to grow up and grow through, and I did.
Yeah. No, no question. Well, once a hog, always a hog.
Always. Ain't nothing
Always.
like being a hog, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that in mind, college football has changed a lot since the time that you played. Now you have the portal. Now you have NIL. The money's out of control. from your perspective, has that been a good thing, a bad thing, or as a former player, what do you think of all this?
It's a little bit of both. A little bit of both. Uh, During my time at the university, I tried to leave, and Coach Broyles would not let me leave. Now you don't have to ask for permission; just put your name in the portal, and you're
Yeah.
gone. Um, what not having the portal did for me, it forced me to grow up and just deal with situations. Don't mean I have to like the situation. I didn't have to like who I had my confrontations with, but I had to find a way to make things work. For me, it was better for me to stay and fight for the other 84 guys on the team and prove something. But I tried to leave. I'll be honest with you. Over Arizona, I made a decision to leave. Got back here to Dallas, and Coach Broyles called me on the phone, told me we need to sit down and talk, and he nixed it. The young people today, they don't have many trials and tribulations. Soon as something comes up, they leave. That's what we raised at. So we have to deal with it. Now, I was speaking to let's go back. I was in Little Rock about 3 years ago, sitting down talking with two or three of the best basketball players to ever play at the University of Arkansas. Um, some of our older brothers that played in the 78, 79 team, and we were discussing the money aspect of it. And Leotis told me straight up, he said, "Man, if you were getting paid 2 million and I was getting paid 200,000, I'm not gonna block for you, bro." So that's the disparity. That's the divide that having this kind of money going to certain players on the team can cause. And I don't know how we get around it now. We've already let the toothpaste out. I
Hmm.
don't know how you put it back in.
Yeah, I mean it's a good question. It's just kind of the Wild West right now. It's speaking of the Wild West, the Razorback football program.
Well, I got to stop you there, Blair.
Okay,
It ain't the Wild West. I played in the Wild West.
okay. Well,
The
that's
Southwest
true.
Conference was
That's
Wild
true.
West.
Back in the old Southwest
The
Conference
portal
days.
is nothing compared
Yeah,
to what the Southwest Conference was,
that's true.
and how we were so good that we were so bad that we now don't even have a league that people that this generation has no knowledge of. And the
True.
Southwest Conference was way better than what we see going on today. Everyone clamors about the SEC. All the best players were trying to play in the Southwest Conference. We had the best coaches at the time. We had the best schemes at that time. Everyone wasn't running the same offense. It was different. You didn't know what to expect. You had the veer, you had the wishbone, you had the pros, you had the split back. You had all these different offenses that you had to prepare for, and you still were trying to play an even front or an odd front. And you were stemming. It was such a great time that I wish we still had it, but we were so good that we were bad that it's a defunct league and no one even knows anymore.
Yeah, it's a shame. There are a lot of characters too. So,
Yes,
present day now, Arkansas struggling right now in the SEC. As a former player, that pains you, doesn't it, to see the
every day,
program in the situation it's in?
every day, and every day I have to stop myself from pressing send because I read all the boards and listen to the fan. I understand the fandom, I do.
Hmm.
I also understand that we're desperate, but when you're desperate, you make bad decisions. We're making bad decisions, and it's from top to bottom. I just say that, and it's hurting. It's hurting the program. We have an opportunity to compete if we do the things necessary to compete. We don't always do. We're finding ways to try to cut corners all the time, and it's hurting the program. We got to figure it out. That's all I can say about it. We have to figure it out.
Do you think it will get figured out? I mean, as a former player, how involved are you guys with the program, or or is there an opportunity to be involved with it at all?
Some players are more involved than others. The, Honestly, if I want to get a section, a group of players together, I can get 200 or 300 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the question is, would it be heard? Is it valued? And we haven't always felt that we were heard. We haven't always felt that we were valued. But those bricks can be fixed also. We just got to have, I don't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I go back every 6 months, hang out during the red and white game. You still feel like you're a part of it because we are a part of it. We helped build that stadium, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
not always the same. We don't feel like we always heard. And, I haven't felt that I was heard for a long time. But I don't go spend all the money, spend all the time. I'm doing other things. I have 6,000 students on my own campus I'm worried about. So there, life goes on. But yeah, it hurts. It hurts every week to watch us play as hard as we can with what we have. And sometimes we're successful. We haven't been as much football wise in the last 4 to 5, 6 years. But baseball's been playing way good.
Mm-hmm.
Got to talk to Van Horn a couple of years ago at his Hall of Fame induction. That was great to see. Our softball, we didn't have real good softball when I was there. We have a volleyball team playing well. We have soccer girls, basketball with Calipari. We just have to figure it out football wise.
Do you? Is there a reason in your mind why the program can't be successful?
Depends on who you're listening to. Everyone has an answer, but
Mm-hmm.
most of those answers are coming from people that make those decisions. Those people making those decisions, we have to get better. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not in that room. As
Mm-hmm.
a coach, I can't tell another coach how to coach his players. I can just do the best with my guys there, make sure they're knowledgeable, make sure that they understand the scheme and that they're playing hard. We got a lot of breakdowns everywhere. So the decision makers have to make a decision. What would I do? I have no earthly idea. I'm not with those young men. I don't know what I have in my locker room. I don't know how dedicated or how to pull what's coming out from them when you're not with them, dealing with what you have to deal with.
But you, I mean, you'll watch every week, right?
Every week,
Yeah.
every game we play. I watch our female softball and volleyball. I watch whenever we got people on track. I am a Razorback. I'll watch everything we do. But
What it?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
What is it about this program that makes it so unique that you want to be in? That you're emotionally invested like you are years after you've left.
Blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. I'm not a fan. I'm a Razorback. I am a
Mm-hmm.
hog. I have it right here on my chest.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a family affair, and it's I said it earlier. There's nothing like being a Razorback. There's only one Razorback. There are 100 tigers, there are 100 lions, there are all kind of boll weevils out there. There's only one Razorback, and we need to take pride in that. I wish we would sing the fight song. I wish we could win to sing the fight song. Many of our traditions are gone,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gone because we have people that weren't there, that don't know what it's like, don't understand. I mean, it's a business. I understand the business part.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. Um, but there's some things that that goes beyond saying. It's being in Wilson Sharp. At 3 o'clock, mad, crying because your girlfriend done dumped you, and having 3 or 4 of your teammates, in there, helping you out. Saying, look, dude, telling you all that crazy stuff. There are 100 girls, 100 fish in the sea. They don't
Yeah.
do anything for you, but them being there. And it's just special to be a hog. It's nothing like it.
Yeah. No doubt about it. And sometimes I think the history of the program gets forgotten because it's all about the here and now. But there were
Yeah.
people who, like yourself, who made what's happening now possible, and it's too easy to forget that.
They need to go back and see some of us that did make it possible.
No
We
doubt.
don't we
Thank
don't
you.